enter stage right. And look what we find. All 5 little heroes still alive. Well, in a manner of speaking. Well, before they get caught up in another rip-roaring adventure that they're sure to end in great shape, they have some unfinished business to attend to with a certain scalpel-wielding stalker that wants their skins and what lies within. Let's see if they have any plans to take back the night. Raise the curtain.
So we're all gonna die. What's up?
But
So
The question is how and when.
I'm gonna say, like, I guess picking up from where we left off last time, which is inauspiciously, mildly dreading what changes are going to be coming to the rule of law in the city, and also in case Dreen wants to have us low-key murdered or tortured later. Also, because we're waiting on to seeing if French is going to send, like, a cultist hit squad to that hotel room. We don't have much to do other than do short jobs, and also for Alistair to stress like crazy. And to this end, beyond like little bits of trying to find odd jobs, learning what the fuck is that language you know, Frank? There's a language you know that I don't.
Ired cake or something.
Yeah. Low-key, me trying to learn that between editing your book and your books, plural, and trying to actually make them readable, Alistair has been planning. So there's like...
The legend of Linda's Mystic Knight is not bad. It does not need editing.
It needs editing. It needs a lot of artistic oversight. So that's what the second episode is, apparently, or the second adventure we did is the Legend of Linda's Mystic Knight. Okay. I mean, it's better than Doot Doot Magic Flute, considering the Bard bots.
I mean, considering how well they did against their particular perils, I don't know if it's better.
True. Anyways. So, in, like, the study that I guess has been semi-restored as I've continued to plunk away what little money I have, and I guess you guys' money, since you're sort of paying me rent, which is still cheaper than going elsewhere, there's now, like, a paranoia conspiracy scribble wall, which is just notes, and since we have a lack of, like, any good... Also, since I'm not made of knives, I guess they're being held up by, like, forks. Look, man, maybe if we'd killed a lot more rude boys and collected all their daggers, I'd have daggers to make my paranoia wall with. I do not, so we're using forks. Plus, I can put... That's why I was like, I can't use knives, because they're, like, blunt. Butter knives are also, they would bend, and then they're not even good for buttering.
Oh, you've got to use this cutlery fork something.
Sasha, going to murder you.
Also, the other thing, I can put like one note per tine on the on the fork. Maybe one note per two tines.
Depends how tiny the notes are.
Out of game, you've put too much thought into this.
Look, man, what do you think I do in my downtime? I stress and think about my characters.
Stress.
Mostly stress.
Stress. Ah!
Champion of getting weird shit done.
So yeah, basically, one of the things that I'll say is part of... Would you say it's realistic that part of our, like, normal funds is, like... Are there papers? Are there papers at this time? I think there'd be, like, print presses, right? But
like newspapers? Sorta. It's hardly the sort of thing you'd expect, like, from 10 years ago.
They're like
when
the flyers, though, right?
Basically.
Yeah, so, I mean, there'd be, like, flyers and notes on any obituaries or anything, just in case. Because if there's any... See, he's looking out for any bodies that might show up with something missing. Because that means our mystery fellow stalker. The other thing is, he's going to go and talk to... And actually probably send Frank... Hey, Frank, would you be willing to go and go to the Church of the New God? Maybe check for members of the Grievings congregation that may have suddenly stopped showing up in case it's there, or other congregations, because we're trying to find people who likely wouldn't be missed at least as easily, and place where they're vanishing.
Sure, I could stop by there.
Awesome. And also the other churches of the New God. You have, it's fine. Just check up by them, like maybe a different one every...
Are there other ones?
I think there's probably... Would there be multiple churches of the New God in this city?
No, there's only one place that has the Church of the New God.
I mean, I guess check the other churches now and then. Just find out.
I'm not going in those horrible heathenist places.
Frank, think about it as you're possibly bringing the light of the New God to those heathens by showing concern for them.
Think about it as...
Man. Think about it as making sure people aren't dying.
I mean, also that, but no, think about it as you're bringing the illumination of the New God to those godless heretics. And, I guess I'll...
Who are worshipping a god.
They just need to stay off my lawn.
Stay off my lawn!
Do you guys have any ideas of, avenues to check for people? I mean, maybe the guard might know something, but is there anyone amongst us who has a good relationship with the guards?
I have an okay one.
Yeah. The most suspicious one among you, aside from the literal devil worshipper and the actual thief.
Yeah.
I mean,
I somehow have actual okay rapport with the fucking guards.
So right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
So Tulio, would you be willing to maybe check with the guards? We're looking for, anything noteworthy. We can mention that we're continuing leads based on some orders that the late, I don't remember what the fuck that guard captain-y lady was that went to the house and died horribly but we're
Sergeant
doing
Elise?
You're just making this so good for yourself already. Just
Whatever stupid, useless name was that died like a bitch trying to do useless shit or whatever.
Trying to
be
help
honest,
us.
I can't remember her name either.
I mean, it was Elise, apparently.
It was Elise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's my favorite character.
She was my favorite.
Okay, Elise was
And you
pretty
must love Game of
badass,
Thrones.
but then died. She
But
did
then died.
save me from rats though, so I'm pretty thank God they were there. Didn't they land on a rat? Or was that Frank?
That was me.
I'm pretty sure that was Frank.
Okay.
I was like, Alistair, I'll save you.
Squish.
I chill on the rat.
So
Sound like
okay.
my toe while I'm patting it dry.
Also, can I pass by the Thieves Guild to see if they know anything? Just
Like if they've got anybody or any targets missing?
Yeah.
Most certainly. So we've got Alistair asking other people to check.
And
We've got
I'm
Miguel
going to be
checking-
collecting all the data, tracking it, and putting it as per, I guess, maps in the city.
Okay.
So actually, last thing, Delilah, can you talk to, what the heck is that the urchin? The one who collects information.
Charlie?
Charlie.
Charlie is mute. So Charlie knows things, but Charlie can't say anything. And Charlie doesn't know how to write.
Crap. Though...
They can lead you things, because they know all sorts of things, because if someone can't talk, can't write, and has open ears, you hear all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of how to get the information out of him.
Can we forget the main story and just spend all our downtime teaching Charlie how to write?
You can.
I think that might turn out badly for Charlie, though, as soon as someone realizes they can write.
Yeah, probably.
All of poor Charlie... they've learned to write. They've spelled their own name. The next day, we are mailed all of Charlie's fingers.
How dare you teach this boy to read?
I like things the way they were, says the note. And it will remain that way.
We teach them how to write with their toes.
So yeah, I guess we could ask Charlie if they've seen anything related to that, if they could lead us anywhere, but otherwise...
Charlie! Have you ever seen
Alistair
anything
will
like this,
be-
Charlie?
Just collecting all this information
He's
and...
running the Excel spreadsheet, is basically what he's doing.
Yep. And trying to figure out populations where people traditionally go missing. Because...
I don't know where you are, but I will find you.
Yeah, we're just doing this the obsessive way. They're incidentally... Alistair's like, incidentally, since we are being hunted down by a unnatural...
Madman!
Well, I was going to say an unnatural abomination that knows all our faces at this point. Probably not good to roam too late at night on your own. Going to say that would probably turn out poorly for you.
Probably.
Damn,
Yeah.
how am I gonna make my blood sacrifices?
Oh, also, there's one other avenue that I'm going to go and investigate during the day, and that's going to be to detail anything I remember about this creature to Charybdis, in case he's familiar with it.
Everybody's just gonna ignore the blood sacrifice.
Yep.
Fine, yeah.
What was that about blood sacrifices?
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything.
We're not gonna give them an alternative or anything.
Nah.
Nah,
I mean,
okay.
I heard Harospexy is really good for discovering things.
Alternative to what? Feeding her pet goats? That's all she
Well,
said.
no, just not at night. Don't
Oh.
feed.
Heresy!
Oh yeah,
They
no.
need a place to do it that's protected, is what I'm saying.
You need to do... Wait, what are you actually...
No, I don't.
I hope
Did
not.
they actually go... I need to know, Delilah, did you actually spout out icily blood sacrifices?
No.
I really don't.
I had to make sure, because I've heard them say things in other games before. I had to make sure.
Fair point. Fair point. Okay, so going from one side of the screen to the other, frankly, Miguel.
See?
The guards are actually quite willing to talk to you, considering you give them all kinds of information. They figure you might help them wrap things up.
Yeah. They're foolish, but yes.
Like, I'm not gonna help you with shit. Fuck you guys.
No, not even that. It's like, oh yeah, I'll wrap that up 2 days later. Why is Miguel dead in the street?
Looks like he's had all of his organs pulled out and shaped into a sign on the ground that says "fuck the police." Oh shit. Okay.
Fucking police, fucking police.
Sorry,
yeah.
not all of his organs. His eyes will be missing. Because remember, you had very pretty eyes.
It's
Yep,
true.
I have the prettiest eyes.
It's true.
It's true.
Anyways, so yes, grievings, perhaps unsurprisingly, especially around Mercy Hill. Mercy Hill, by the way, being the resident asylum. It used to be a mansion that was very nice, but a long time ago, the neighborhood became a slum. The mansion, basically, no one wanted to live there anymore, and it was turned into an asylum for the insane. It's typically filled with raving, drooling lunatics, and the staff there helps them get over things, rarely, and the rest of the times, their methods of trying to help them kind of make sure they don't leave. But, yeah, there's rumors about any place. I'm sure it's not as bad as they say it is, probably.
Nah.
No.
But, besides, no one's been able to prove the rumor's true, so they're fine.
Obviously.
But anyways, around Mercy Hill, apparently, the rumor has it that there has been some disappearances from around that area. I don't know if anybody really lives too close to it, but there's also a recent complaint they got from someone who came into the guard and complained that they went to Mercy Hill to visit someone who was in there for asylum, shall we say, and the staff pretended they didn't know who they were.
Uh-huh.
Very interesting. And by interesting, I mean they lie!
They lie!
Okay, this sounds like a decent enough lead. Ish. I suppose I shall tell the others.
For Kai, you head down by the Thieves Guild. No one that they know or care about has gone missing, frankly.
Frankly?
Frankly, yeah. Frankly. Blah. But they have gotten a request from one of the people who work for them to, like, obviously enough, they're not a charity case, so I don't really care that much, but they're willing to help out if they get the opportunity, if it's not an inconvenience to them. One of the members, Penny Chimehall, spelled like that, has noted that she recently went out to Mercy Hill to go find her brother, who is in there, and apparently the staff likes to pretend that he's not there.
Great. Wonderful.
Assholes.
Now, Frank, were you actually going anywhere specific? You were talking to Charlie, or are you just kind of doing your own thing?
He's going to the church, and then probably just around places in the area. Not the other churches, though.
So that's around Redemption?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sadly, really not much there. Redemption, nothing's really happening in Redemption. And, the church is happy to hear that you've been cleared of your charges, and they thought, oh, of course, he didn't do anything like that. That's just silly. Ha, 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 ha.
Frank would never murder anyone ever, especially not on...
Not on what?
Not on a boat.
Exactly. At least that's what the story says.
I'm pretty sure he actually is the only one who didn't murder.
No, I was the only one who didn't murder.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I didn't either. I literally just pulled people back in the boat.
Also, did Charybdis have anything to say about the description of the creature we encountered?
All right, this is. Oh wait, I can GM roll. I forgot.
Aha!
You could also just
Okay,
roll
so
dice
you
in real
described
life.
Charybdis, and he kind of gave you this annoyed look and just said, "Try and get a little more detail next time. Saying it was hidden in shadows and kept darting around may be the truth, but it doesn't help me know what you're talking about."
Ever.
What about its methodology? It seemed to very specifically steal
There's
organs.
several things that collect organs, most notably humans who've lost their damn minds.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a lot taller than most humans.
Maybe so. Can you tell me it wasn't a tall human?
I think it was 10 feet tall, so yes.
You clearly haven't seen as much in this world as I have if you think a 10-foot tall human is impossible.
Well...
Yeah, Arlie, gee.
Jeez.
Stupid. Stupid.
And, I don't know, what was the other thing? There was a ghoul there. So...
If the ghoul he does identify, that's a ghoul, terrible carrion eaters.
Ghoul.
Rotten, wretched things.
Ghoul.
anything that would be able to coexist with a ghoul? Is there anything that would be able to coexist with a ghoul without being mauled by it? I don't think it would spare a human, right?
No, not usually. Unless the human had some way to control it or interfere with it or hide from it somehow. Frankly, I'm not thinking this is a human. Doesn't sound like it, but I don't have enough information to figure out what it would be.
Secondary note then, is there any way I could possibly entreat you for something? Because we're currently trying to track it down. And, so it had a rather nasty little weapon last time we fought it. And it did a very good job of maiming most of us that the ghoul hadn't maimed. So I was wondering if you could possibly have something like a scroll that might allow me to render a weapon ineffectual. And it's just like, please break scroll, please.
He's just staring at you.
Can I roll like a will? Just be like, I mean, this would allow you to. Damn it! I deliver you its body to experiment on.
He gives you a look that just clearly says, "Are you asking me to give you magic things?" The look says, "I'm going to chew on you sooner than that." He gives you a look that says, "Listen, when you've earned these sorts of things, I'll pass them down. But your business is not mine. When I choose to give you things, it's because I think you'll need them to progress with what we are doing. What you are doing is not what we are doing. I'm not going to hand you out magical things like candy to a child."
Pity.
Meep.
In that regards, I do have to wonder, would this thing's body have any practical use for you?
Well, it might help me identify what it is a little better. And who knows, maybe if I can sell something interesting from it, I'll give you a cut. Maybe.
Alright.
Don't count on it, bitch.
Yeah, inwardly, he's just like, with the way my luck is going, this thing is going to catch fire spontaneously, even if we do catch it.
Well, I can't say you're wrong there. You, bad luck, and fire seem to go hand in hand. He seems to think that's funny.
I mean, he's not wrong.
To a bystander. Anyways, it was a pleasure talking to you, Master. I will see you later, hopefully.
Oh, hopefully. Don't waste all the time I've spent on you.
So yeah,
you're pretty sure that's as nice a way as he can say "don't die" as he can muster.
Yup.
Probably.
Yup. So anyways, yeah, I guess. So it seems like all the disappearances around Mercy Hill. Is there any like libraries or anything like that in the city? I mean, there's an academy, isn't there? I could be wrong. No, there's an academy, isn't there? So my question is, Sasha, would there be any sorts of records for the engineering of Mercy Hill? Like, if I was going to look for something that would let me discern if there's somewhere that a creepy-ass fucking horrible...
You're
not
looking
purple,
for the...
Yeah.
Yeah, for the mansion records, not even Mercy Hill. You're looking for the original house records of the mansion.
Yeah.
That's
and modification
hard.
and or modifications, because it since it's been modified, there may also be a request wherever they did the building for the modification, because as a mansion it probably wouldn't have sufficed to be an asylum, so there probably will be a secondary copy, which will be where they put in the changes to the mansion, I would think. I don't know, but I'm willing to... God, is there anyone here who's good at engineering, or is another academic? Hey!
See, the funny thing is, there's the Academy of Engineers you could go to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of for the academy, because that's
I was about to say, I'm a scholar of magic. I'm not... Or I'm a scholar of etiquette and a scholar of magic. I am not a fucking engineer.
No. But you're a scholar of etiquette. I need you to do me a favor and play the part of a noble that is not disgraced.
You just ask so damn much.
I asked so damn much. I was gonna... I don't know. Is there anything that Frank and or Delilah, anything you two would like to do? Because other than watching each other's backs, I would suggest you two watch each other's backs. I'm trying to make sure everyone has something to do.
We can take moonlit strolls and talk of Linda.
Of
Yes, that'd
Linda.
be wonderful.
Oh my god, no moonlight strolls! No vigorous walks in the forest at midnight!
Why not?
Kai's job is to make sure Delilah doesn't take Frank out in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And walk.
Moonlit walk ends with a wonderful sacrifice to God knows what. Yeah, okay, so that.
But she was going to teach me about the blood sacrifices.
Blood sacrifices.
Okay. So, is someone going to go to the Academy of Engineers to see if they can dig up old records, basically?
Yes, I'm going. I would like Miguel, since he's probably better at bullshitting.
Mm-hmm.
And so both me and Miguel can go, I guess.
Miguel, you gonna go along with us?
Yeah, I'll go to the academy. The Padamy Academy.
Yeah, and I guess that's the best thing, is leaving Choir Boy overlooking our illustrious author and totally not shady, totally not cultist.
I mean, I could go and talk to Michael, maybe, the guy who taught me, who reminded me of my skills at fencing.
Oh, actually, you know what you guys could all do? You could talk to
Cry?
Miss Chime Hall. No.
Cry.
No, we have 10... I mean,
Oh,
yes, but there's like... We got the name of like someone to investigate. There's a Penny Chime Hall. I can send you 3 mooks off to go and talk to them and, prevent them from getting their throat slit.
Oh, which reminds me, actually, one important thing. Hey, Frank.
Hmm.
You're gonna get your neck slit.
Do me an intellect check with a Bane.
Okay.
You're gonna die.
Behold, this is how we die.
Nope.
15.
Wow, not bad.
We didn't die.
Okay, so... Where are we?
Even
So,
with
Frank.
the Bane, he rolled aces.
In Redemption, there is one place that's been acting up a little bit over the past few days. The offices of the Inquisition. It's always just been running more or less like by itself. It kind of looks into dark, shady things and black magic and cults and that sort of shit on behalf of the new god. So that's why Alistair and Delilah most likely stay the hell away from it, is because they don't want to die.
Shh, I'm not a dark mage. What are you talking about?
Tell them that. Go ahead, please go tell them that. I'll find it hilarious. But
I just use soul magic. That's it.
But in any case, you have been noticing that it's been fairly like dead. Like there's not really been anybody in or out, except that there's rumors that a procession came in very late at night of 3 rather tall individuals in black robes that knocked once on the door opened, they were let immediately in, and they didn't come in or out.
Huh, that seems pretty weird. I guess... Oh, I was just gonna say, I guess I relay this to Kai and Delilah.
I mean... Would Frank have relayed that to us as a group beforehand, or is that
Ben's,
like...
Frank? Did you relay that to the group?
Yeah, I guess if I knew beforehand.
So yeah, I mean, I guess you guys have Penny Chime Hall to check up on, and that if you want to check up on it somehow, I would suggest, I guess, Kai, because they could probably sneak in and out of a building the easiest as a cat through, like, I don't know, open windows, rooftops, whatever.
Yeah, I get away with cash a lot like that.
Cat shit.
Guess lad.
Oh my god. All I could think of is cash me outside, and I was just like, ugh, dies.
Catch me
outside. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that?
Meow about that.
And
Meow
then
about
she got
that.
the
I'm
shit
going to
kicked out of
murder
her, and it
all
was
of you.
hilarious. In any case, though.
Kicked out of him.
Uh-huh.
No, kicked out of her.
He's talking
Kicked.
about the actual lady.
Yeah.
As opposed to Kai.
Oh.
Good catch, but no, not in this case. I was talking about the actual one. Catch me outside! Poof. and then she got her ass kicked.
The
Catch me
guards.
inside. How about that?
No, we'll just accuse them of like harming a cat. It'll end poorly.
Then they will die. That's how this adventure ends, by the way, is if the Demon Lord is summoned forth and all hell breaks loose and the fairies come back and the Death King comes
We'll
around.
just say
and-
like he's going to threaten all the lives of all cats everywhere and
Oh,
watch
yeah,
the
and the
guardsmen
guards
take
just
care of
fucking
it.
murder him. Yep.
Yeah, okay. So
Oh, son
our
of a
last
bitch.
ditch effort.
Okay.
So yeah, who are we starting off with?
Well, considering Frank just said BRB, that would be you and Miguel.
Ah, okay, yeah. I mean, I guess we saunter off to the Academy of Engineers. This can only go well.
Oh, so well. What are we even trying to figure out here again?
We're trying to get any sort of
records.
blueprint record to the mansion and the changes to it, since it was converted into an asylum, in case there's, sections of it that are more or less abandoned, built around that, our good friend
And it was called what again? Mercy
Hill.
Hill. Okay, I thought so, but I was like,
I mean,
things need to be correct.
yes, so in case there's somewhere it could be skulking in nearby, it seemed to like basements, maybe just abandoned segments, having... And also the fact that they're claiming that they do not have some of their illustrious guests at Mercy Hill is worrisome.
Yeah, this is a little bit weird.
And it's just like... And Alistair pauses and then goes, very worrisome.
Very.
My sister is in there.
Oh, is she?
That's as far as that conversation is going, but suffice to say, if our stalker has made his hideout there, then I would rather we solve this sooner than later. So, what's our story for why we need the blueprints?
You're bored.
As I say, well, it's public records as far as I remember. I'm pretty sure we don't need a reason.
For things like modifications, though, we could possibly suggest... Wait, I have a very good one. I'm currently rebuilding the Very estate, bit by bit. We could say that we're going to be trying to use the records to serve as a blueprint for the aesthetic and rebuild of the estate.
If that's what you want, I guess.
That gets us the original record, and then we could also just... I will make a request for the newer one, because I would be possibly requesting for custodianship of my sister, who is currently at Mercy Hill, and I would like to look into a room that would be able to accommodate her.
Okay, so...
From what I'm hearing, you actually don't need me here.
I also don't really talk to people that well, if you haven't noticed.
Oh,
See our conversation with Dreen. Remember how that went?
Yes, I do remember that. You caused us a lot of problems. There was a lot of problems.
I mean,
Okay, so-
if we'd actually stuck with what we'd agreed to say to him in the first place, maybe it wouldn't have gone so far off the rails.
Maybe not.
To be clear here, to tell them to get the original blueprints for the mansion, you're telling them you want to see how well it compares to your burned down mansion and see if you can...
More like
Except-
I would like... No. More like that I would like to rebuild my mansion in its aesthetic, as it was a very prominent and respected home before its conversion.
Okay. So they're going to think you're nuts, but okay. And the other thing is because you want to know what the rooms are in there are like so that you can transfer your sister to a different room?
I would like to have a room that'd be up to standard of Mercy Hill in its current form as the asylum. So essentially, I would like to make sure that I have an asylum room so I can personally look after my sister as is right for someone of nobility, because allowing my sister to be at Mercy Hill like a commoner would be an injustice. So it's going to come off.
Actually, a little less crazy. It's just eccentric, which nobles are. So that's less. The first thing they'll think you're fucking nuts for. The second thing, that's kind of normal.
Yeah, and you know, it's also why I'm like, and because the asylum is built around the aesthetic of the original house, it makes sense. So it's just like, this is really fucking weird. You're really fucking weird. Okay. And I'm just going to, I guess, try and look a little spacey and let fucking Miguel do the talking, because it's like I have the idea of how I want to say it. I also have a somewhat terrible reputation, and currently seem like I am a disenfranchised noble. Is that how I would? I'm not sure how I'd really rate where I place in the social strata. So
Miguel, as far as you're aware, he would be somewhere below, like somewhere just above commoner, you know, because crazy disenfranchised nobles wander around going, I'm going to rebuild my house like a crazy place. It's at least funny. It's at least entertaining.
So, you know, even if there's the thing of you pose as someone in my employ, that means it at least seems like I have the means of paying for these modifications, so I still seem slightly crazy, but it at least doesn't seem like they'll jerk me around on it. And plus it means they might think, oh, they might have a contract for the people at the Office of Invention down the line, since they likely have engineering students there. I leave the lying to you, my friend. I leave the lying to you.
And yet you keep trying to put more things on top of it. You're making this con way too hard.
I mean, yeah, the best cons are the simple ones, I think. That's something you said, right? It sounds like something you said.
Yes.
Or it could have been one of thousands of other people. Who knows?
Stop overcomplicating it.
Right. Well, that answers all the questions they could ask us.
You're saying about all that stuff, and Miguel just literally like, right, I'm your fucking architect, and we're rebuilding your house, and we're using that as a basis, because it was a nice house. Shut the fuck up and let me talk.
All right.
Right.
Well, so you're arriving at the Academy of Engineers, and as you know, it might be expected, this place is pretty big. It's kind of it's kind of an important building. Like, it's a massive, sprawling complex. It was literally built by the Empire to compete with like the development of magic in the 9 cities. So like, this is, if you were going to work somewhere illustrious and like worthwhile in this fucking city, you work here, because this is where like the greatest minds in the Empire are here. We've got like incredibly intellectual people here. So if you're going to try and outthink these people, you're going to fail, pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah.
But that doesn't. But being intelligent doesn't mean being wise necessarily, though you'll see. But for now, all you know is this place is filled with all kinds of tinkering contraptions, and you can see these heavy, looks like ironworks just trudging along the background, carrying large mounds of. They're carrying covered objects that cling like metal and kind of have that oiled scent to them. Or you can see large weapons being carried off to the side. You can see what looks like some possibly questionable red fluids being carried around, but that's probably just alchemical mixes and the like.
No, that's nothing to worry about.
But regardless, so you come in, and fairly soon there's someone dressed in a sharp kind of, well, sharp for this area, kind of gray outfit. It's got a bit of a pop to the shoulders, giving them a bit of an air that they're doing a little better than most. And they turn to you. They are not sure if this person is male or female, and the voice doesn't help. Hello?
Yes, good morning. It is morning, yes. I've been up for far too long.
Good point. It is 10 a.m.
So yes, good morning. This is out of character. It is public records, yeah. Like,
More or less, like, they still control the records themselves. The only other people who might have it would be, like, the guards, and that was if it was involved in something shady.
But what I'm talking about is that, like, basically anyone could come in and look at it.
Right, anyone could. They do have the right to deny you, but it's not like you have to be a nobleman of at least rank 12 or at least a level 30 mob boss before you can come in here.
Right? Level 30 mob boss, I hate you.
I was wondering if I might trouble you for the records the blueprints to Mercy Hill. Primarily before it became the thing it is now.
And why would you be looking for that?
Well, my client here is
He looks directly at Alistair.
I give a wonderful pose.
I kind of like look over, pause for a second, lean in real close to this person. He's insane and wants his house to look like Mercy Hill because it was a nice house.
I'm doing that thing of looking nice and disinterested, but like snooty at the same time.
All right. So he's looking kind of spaced out. So this person just looks over at him again. It's Mercy Hill, the rundown asylum.
Look, he's just paying me good money. I don't question why he wants things the way he does. Coin is coin.
You're correct there. And, sorry, did you say you were looking for the past records?
The past blueprints, yes. Well, current and past. It's good to know what they did to apparently make it look the way they did.
And we'll need a room for my sister.
I was hoping I could convince him out of that.
The person looks back. Then
Back
looks at
spaced out.
Then just looks at Miguel. Is that important somehow? It isn't to me. Is it this important for whatever's going on?
Apparently it is to him.
They just wave a hand and they so they start leading you through the factory floor, as it were. People kind of working away on various interesting things, but this person leads you off to the side, so you're not going through too many of them. And after a bit of a jaunt up some thin metal steps, you turn around and open up a door with a key, of course, and usher you both inside.
Yep.
And then they follow you in and close the door behind them. And of course, give it the old lock, just kind of a peek outside and put the key back in their pocket. For now, at this point, you're in a room full of cabinets, basically, just wooden and metal of various kinds. And they move over and they, after searching a few through, they pick one up off the shelves and Mercy Hill. The old Thatcher house. And they pull out a sheet and they kind of put it down.
Okay. I will go ahead and take a look.
Okay. Well, so there's a couple blueprints in there, so it's fairly expansive.
Yeah. I'm assuming that we can't, like, take the stuff out. I would know enough about it to know that, right?
Yeah.
To know
That we
that you
couldn't
can't,
just
like,
withdraw
remove
it.
the fucking files from the
Oh
building.
yeah, no.
Would it be safe to say, though, that I had, like, some sort of vellum or something since what we were coming to do? Because then
possibly?
we could just...
I mean, having random papers around your house to write down notes, I don't mind. Do you have paper in your pack?
I don't even know if you can buy that. Let me check. Because, I mean, I will be happily deduct the money for this, considering the plan here was go and get map, so we have an idea, and that means I need a map.
Sure. Yeah, honestly, paper isn't going to cost much, so, like, drop 2 bits, you're fine.
Baller. Okay. So,
We could probably say that Frank had some extra paper.
Possibly, but yeah. Unless we're going to start making you pay for all the paper you write for your books.
Fair enough.
Okay, you know what? I get a copper worth of paper. Can we hand wave paper I need for any foreseeable while, Sasha?
Yep. Yes, you can.
Okay.
That's a fair fucking bit of paper.
There we go. Lots of paper.
Lots of paper.
That's literally what it is in my inventory. It's just lots of paper.
I figured. Lots of paper.
So yeah.
So you're sketching down the blueprints, and that said, keep in mind this is there doesn't seem to be much as far as the updates to to and from. You can see there's some sheets, of course, dealing with every single level, but if you're going to copy every single page, you're going to be here for a while. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Figured I would be.
And then the last thing we'll have to do with this afterwards is probably compare it to the sections of Mercy Hill that are in use. But we'll need to go to Mercy Hill on a different day to do that, because staying out late is a fucking terrible idea.
Well then, as you two are sketching that out, we will switch back to Delilah, Frank, and Kai, who are going to speak with, the guild?
Yeah, to find what's her face. Penny Churchill. Chime Hall.
Penny Churchill.
Penny Churchill.
Alright, so you head off there, and so there's someone who meets you outside of the guild, of course. Not specifically because they're looking to see you, but because they're just there, and of course Kai and most likely Delilah know who they are. This one they just call Butch.
Hola.
E.
B?
Hey, what's that weird sound in my ears like a guy needing a smack?
We were looking to talk to the lady whose brother is in Mercy Hill. Do you know who'd we go for that?
Eh? Talk to the lady whose brothers... There's a lot of people whose brothers are in Mercy Hill.
The most recent one.
Kind of shrugs. You talking about Penny?
Yeah.
I heard
that
she
one.
was whining about something to do with her brother getting lost or some shit.
Yeah, that one.
She in right now? I don't know. I didn't see her, but she could have gone in the other way.
Okay.
He leans down and he kind of rings a little bell, and you see someone's eyes, light up in the dark and look up. He's, hey, we looking for Penny. Yeah, Penny Chime Hall. And the eyes kind of nod. Is she down here? These mooks are looking for her. They nod again. It's, all right, well, that was easy. She should be down inside.
Sweet. Let's go.
He goes back to picking his tooth with a fishbone. And I do mean tooth.
Singular. You said the eyes nod, and I know you meant like the head, but I just imagine like the eyes on a little neck.
Creepy. But,
And a single tooth there.
But yeah, I guess we head inside so we can talk to what's her face.
Okay, so Penny is a woman who has a smattering of freckles across her face. It kind of looks like someone just like upended grease into her face from how many freckles she has. And she's got some like auburn hair, kind of shaggy. She's a bit smaller. For a second, it actually looks like she may be a dwarf, but she's missing certain key features. She does have a fairly flat nose. It looks like it's been broken a couple dozen times. And she's clearly got some muscle to her. That said, she's sitting there kind of flicking a bit back and forth between her thumbs on the table and wearing a sneer.
What's up? You lost your brother? I'm not gonna say that. Wait.
Miguel, we need you.
Now we just need Alistair to log in and make it worse somehow, and we'll have the last session.
I was just up saying, just so you know, you're a bitch.
No. Just so you know, your brother screamed like a bitch.
Yes, that will make everything better.
Okay, wait. It sounded like a good idea until it came out of my mouth. Can I just sit down across from her? Or is she sitting or is she standing?
She's sitting down.
Okay, can I sit across from her? Like at the table?
You can, yes. However, it's a fairly small table, so you're going to be sitting like about 2 feet from her, which
Okay.
will intrude on 1 foot of her bit flicking.
Okay, maybe I'll stand. I don't want to get hit in the face.
Okay.
I don't know how else to start this conversation.
So you're sitting down there?
Yeah, I guess I have to because I don't know how else to.
Keep in mind, you can like turn towards the table in case you'll take up room, or you can just sit across and like keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, I'll just keep my hands to myself.
All right, so you sit down. It's the fuck do you want?
I didn't say that in character. I just forgot what was. I wanted to talk to you about your brother.
That's so.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it you wanted to talk about?
Just any information you could have. I was gonna head over to what's it called?
Mercy Hill.
Mercy Hill.
Mercy Hill at soon for something else, and I wanted to know if there's anything I could do to help.
I'm a bit lacking information at the moment. That's kind of the fucking problem, isn't it?
Okay. Well, how long have you been looking for your brother?
Been looking since 2 days ago, because all of a sudden I go to visit him, and when I try and go in there and say hello, they look at me like, "Oh, we don't know who he is. We never heard of him before." And she snaps out this little dagger and just slams into the table and says, "Fuck you, I'll cut your fucking eyes out." She's not talking to you, but she is talking at you.
Okay, I'm just gonna nod. I don't want to die. I don't want my eyes cut out.
She, by the way, does kind of take a sec to catch her breath and, "Not you. Not yet, at least. I don't think I'm going to cut your eyes out."
I would rather you didn't.
She kind of works the knife awkwardly out of the table after like about 3 seconds and pulls it out and then kind of slides it back into its holster.
Okay. Well, what was I going to say? I hate having to do this.
Okay, spoilers.
Talking to people.
I just wrote time to get another NPC front to lead to their death.
Yeah, Frank and Delilah are in here. Let them talk. I'm out. I'm scared to mess things up after what I did with Master Dream.
Frank, along with Delilah and Kaya, you're all there.
Okay.
Yeah, the only solo mission you're gonna have is dealing with the Inquisition area, where you're a magical creature. So I don't know, also mildly dangerous, but less than me or Delilah.
I was just thinking though, she just mentioned cutting someone's eyes out. That's a little suspicious considering what we're looking for.
It's like, "I'm looking for my fucking brother. I'm out of information." Cut the fucking eyes out, the bastards. Frank just turns, "You're who we're looking for." Just stabs her through the head with his fucking rapier. It just drops dead immediately. It's like, and then her face contorts and she really was that thing. It's like, "I'm a genius."
No, the other two,
the right way.
the other two pop out because we were right about it being like a bunch of people stacked on top of each other.
All right. Anyways, go ahead. Go ahead, Kai, or whoever else feels like talking to this lady.
I'm gonna phone a friend.
We were wondering if we could help you finding your brother. It would be a bit faster if we all work together.
Who the fuck is this guy? Wait a second. She turns and looks. Aren't you the old codger that goes around writing those stupid books?
They're not stupid.
Oh, they're awful stupid. They're adventures, aren't they?
Yeah, they're great.
Oh, they've taken me to sleep a few times, that's for sure.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it.
I'll bet you are.
We're
Just so you know, I didn't pay for them. I found them in the fucking trash.
Well, sometimes you need to set them on something to read them. Anyway. We're thinking that someone we are looking for might have been involved with this whole incident with your brother. And
What would that be? Would it be a missing purse? Because that's why he's in there. He's getting help for that, you bastard.
Well, there's actually someone. Well, there's people who would not be. People who don't have many friends are going missing sometimes.
Are you implying something about my brother? He's got plenty of friends, mostly me.
Anyway, we think that this guy may be involved with kidnapping your brother, so we're planning to help you, and maybe you can help us.
They better not have kidnapped me fucking brother. If they've kidnapped me fucking brother, I'm gonna cut their fucking eyes out. Now comes a knife and bam, back on the table. And it's stuck.
I feel the same way.
So who are these fucking people then? The guild surely knows about them.
Well, we're not too sure. We had a run-in with someone that kind of whipped us a bit.
Oh, that's awful fucking helpful. Oh, there's somebody out there who's doing things. What do we know about them? Fucking nothing, but they're doing bad things. Oh, shit. Well, there's no fucking tons of things like that in this fucking city.
If it helps to remind you, it was the person at the Moore house behind the kidnapping and murder, mutilation of father, and that's where my mind blanks out because I don't remember who is the priest we told.
Gregory. Father Gregory.
Yeah. Well, we think it's the same person who murdered Father Gregory.
Father Gregory?
Maimed him. Father Gregory survived.
So, like, we just,
sort
like,
of.
alter that to... That's fine. Like, just alter that to maimed.
Yeah. Just maimed,
No, that's all
mutilated,
right.
crippled for
Father
life.
Gregory? He's the fucker who fucked up Father Gregory. Father Gregory is a wonderful man. Father Gregory brought me soup.
Yes, he was indeed a great man.
And
What?
yet you know nothing about who fucking did this?
Not much, but
You're some sort of fucking private investigator. I'm gonna burn down your fucking shop. You're useless.
You don't know too much about it either, which is why I think we should work together. Maybe we could figure something out.
You're just here looking to see whether I know more fucking clues to your little adventure. All I know is my fucking brother's missing, and now I'm thinking there's some sort of terrible thing going on with some daft little bunch of fucking investigators going along who don't know shit.
Well, I mean, she's not wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's about right.
That's about right.
Do you at least have some sort of fucking lead we can go on? I can at least have talked to some friends here in the guild. Some of them owe me a few favors so I can start finding some things fucking out. But only if I have something to fucking start with other than there's somebody out there.
Her ding-a-doo.
I described the creature, how tall it is and everything.
It's like 10 feet tall with that like skittering movement, the kind of the hissing kind of voice and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And we think it's focused around Mercy Hill. That's about all we know.
Okay, all right.
We
All right.
also have an idea of the people going missing that is more than just her brother.
Yes, it does tend to be the same sort of thing of like people who are beggars. Like sadly, a lot of people don't even know the names of. They just go disappearing in the middle of the night. But that is the kind of people that the thieves guild, the guild tends to be fairly associated with because they make good informants, they make good spies, and you toss them a couple of bits, and all of a sudden they'll tell you everything they heard today. So
And the guards can all, like, the list of info we got through Miguel from the guards also helped collaborate that, and we passed that on to our illustrious trio of investigators here.
The world's worst investigators.
Listen,
Alright, so-
just because I can't talk doesn't mean I'm bad at investigating.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it means.
Yeah.
So, you're describing these things to her as well as like who's missing this way. Oh, that's fucking something. So why didn't you fucking start with that so we could have been done with this shite 10 fucking minutes ago?
Mood.
Big mood.
So she stands up and she's Hey Barbara, get your fucking wee daft ass over here. You owe me a fucking favor and I'm gonna fucking take it up on it right now. Don't you dare fucking leave that fucking room. And she's going after this lady who is like appearing to be fearful for her life and is trying to leave. And this short, stocky woman is basically like a bowling ball of hate just rolling after her. Just get the fuck back here. You owe me a goddamn. Anyways, they're back in about 10 minutes. The woman appears to have been hit in the face several times, but she is just kind of wiping some blood off her nose. She's, you didn't have to do that. I thought you were drunk again. Shut your mouth. I need you to do me some favors. You, I don't remember what you said because I'm somewhat drunk at the moment. Tell this lady what you told me about who's going missing and about who we're looking for, and then she'll go and get some help, and then we'll go gank the fucker.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, Sasha.
Yeah.
Please don't make everyone say everything back, because this is exactly where all of our failures to communicate happen.
Don't worry. As noted, if you notice, I kind of glossed over the description the first time, and I'm glossing it over this time.
Good.
You know, going over the various things, yada, yada, yada. All right, so this lady, Barbara, apparently is... All right, I think I can... you broke my nose, you bitch. I'll break it again!
Fuck you!
I'll see what I can find out. I'll get back to you tomorrow.
All right, then. Don't break any more noses. Until then.
Don't you tell me what to fucking do or you're next. Your old nose looks like powder and I could easily put it that way.
Fine. We'll come back tomorrow.
Good. She just sits her ass down and goes right back into flicking that bit. So, assuming you then leave the guild, and of course you've got Alistair and Miguel who have finished up copying like 7 different maps onto paper. You've done a decent job. I mean, you have some sort of sketching something, right? Like,
Yeah.
Good enough. You can read and write. You're academic, sure, why not? So it's hardly going to be something you could like sell for money, but you've got a decent couple of maps there.
Sweet.
So,
Cool.
you're all then meeting up again, or are any of you going anywhere else that day?
Question. Are you going to deal with the Inquisition thing to follow up that lead and all the people, or are you not, Kai? That was...
That was Frank who found that out.
Yeah, it was Frank who found it out, but the only one who could probably safely investigate any house without attracting immediate attention would be Kai. Although if Frank wants to go to the front door, that's entirely fine. I would love to
Which
see
house am I
there.
investigating? I'm sorry.
There was the stuff about the House of Inquisition that they said you may or may not want to look into because it may or may not result in you dying.
I don't think we should go there. Because it may or may not lead to us dying.
I mean, Frank would be
Yeah.
fine.
We can. Would I be fine?
You're not a cult. You're not a cultist in any manner.
With some suspicious stuff was going on there.
Yeah, but
I mean, I
it's
could
like
go
a
check it
place for the Church of the New God. Their big deal is they kill magical, like dark. See, the thing is, Kai might be in danger because they're a magical creature, and thus their interaction, if they saw Kai transform, would be like,
What the fuck?
friendship is magic, magic is heresy, kill it.
Okay, well, I could go investigate it alone, I suppose.
Did somebody say heresy?
Heresy.
But yes.
I could just be Frank's pet cat, so in case things break down.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so if it's not like not getting too late at night, then we'll head over there.
Oh no, it's like early afternoon.
All right, let me head that way.
Okay.
What's Delilah doing?
That is a good question. So far, she has been standing menacingly, like, while Penny's here, like, I'm gonna break all your fucking noses and cut your eyes out. I'm only slightly drunk, she says, smelling like a bar house, stabbing her dagger into the fucking wood repeatedly. Delilah's just standing there, like, yep, well, that's afternoon, casual morning, I guess.
It's a normal day. Lovi! We can't.
Yes.
Yeah, what are you doing?
So aside from standing there menacingly,
Delilah finds a tree and climbs into it.
Oh my god, please no.
I'm not really doing much.
We should have dragged Delilah with us.
I don't think that would help your case.
What they'd be like, you want some blueprints? Wait, what's this arc doing?
I mean, this orc. I mean, they would be a laborer. Look at those muscles. Such labor. Very work.
Much cold. Very deaf.
Such wow.
more like such wow. As throats are cut. Anyways. So.
Anytime, motherfuckers.
No, you're not allowed to go in there and look.
So we've got Frank and Kai are going to be heading into around the Inquisitor's office. Delilah, are you and your dark magic self going to go there?
To the Inquisitor's office?
Yeah.
No.
Thank you. Thank you. I was going to say, I don't really want to just kill you on the spot. So where are you going? Like, what are you doing at the moment?
I have no heckin' clue.
Probably going back to the meeting place to where Arlyeon and where Alistair and them are gonna meet up at.
Okay.
That would be
Dude, there is actually one thing that Delilah would probably know better than literally any of you, and that is culty places and like sneaky places. So if Alistair and Miguel are going to go over the maps with Delilah, Delilah is probably the kind of person who could tell you exactly which of these rooms is the kind of place you want to hide if you're, shall we say, trying to do something and stay trying to do something and stay out of the eyes of the public. Like, she's got a good eye for places to hide, because no matter how open you are and devoted to your religion, you must know that doing the things you do, if you do them openly, you just die. So she'd probably know a good way to find, like, places to hide bodies, places to ambush people. So she could be helpful in scouting that out if she wished to do that.
I am down with that. Saves us time. If we'd known it, we probably would have set that up earlier. Or rather, if we'd thought about it. Well, you've told us, so I guess we thought about it.
Well, more than likely, Delilah. This is like looking at that going, huh.
Interesting.
Okay. So she's helping there. Okay, so when this particular section is over, you will have an idea of the general layout of the
Place.
of Mercy Hill. So you won't know everything, of course, but you'll know what little you managed to memorize in one day, and you will have a better idea of spots you might be ambushed from, or where bodies may be hidden. Now, in the meantime, you have Frank and Kai heading over to the office of the Inquisition.
Can I just ride on Frank's shoulder?
As a cat, of course.
Form? Yeah.
I mean, I hope so.
No, I'm not gonna sit on his shoulder human. Just making him carry me.
I mean, it would be funny. Bryce is like, I think my shoulder's giving up.
I mean, I am a skinny 5'3" person, but you're also an old man.
Yeah, I think that works too well.
That balances out.
He does damage with accuracy. Okay, so it is a somber gray building bearing the symbol of the new god on its face. It's not exactly inviting, but at least the symbol of the new god gives Frank a little bit of hope. Not sure about anybody else.
No.
So, the door remains shut, and the shadow remains cast. Frank, how are you going about this?
I suppose I'll just go and knock on the door.
All right, so boom, boom, boom. It actually doesn't take long before the door opens, and there is this happy-looking individual standing inside. Like, they... Shrimp, or, yeah, I guess I can just say Frank, or Frank's player, I should say. Are you familiar at all with the game Darkest Dungeon?
Oh god.
Yeah, a bit.
Do you know what the fanatic looks like?
Oh god.
No, I don't actually.
Okay, that's a shame. Because basically, the most of this person's face looks like a scar. Like, just scar everywhere. Their
Oh, no.
You can see part of their teeth inside their lip, and they're just standing there with their mouth closed. You can see, like, their nose is slightly twisted. It's rather long, a little bit of a hook to it. And they're wearing this black robe that just means you cannot see their eyes beyond these tiny little pinpricks of what's probably a lot of holy hate. Either way, beneath that robe, you can see some sort of very prominent symbol, at least the start of it, on their chest, but it's covered up by what looks like a thick armor plate. And they're just staring at you.
Greetings and glory to Astrid and the new god.
Highest glories to Astrid and the new god. Is heresy afoot?
We're, in a way, we're actually trying out. Well, I was.
Make me a will check.
Okay.
Do I have to make a will check?
Not talking to you, so no. Well, he's not. So just to clarify, he's not talking to you. Okay, so Will, Frank, you are frightened for this round.
Uh-oh.
Is heresy afoot? Wet sock.
Heresy!
Your face is heresy.
Slightly.
I was just wondering, if you had any other ideas about the recent disappearances with Father Gregory and I named the other guy that went missing, the person's brother.
His name is Robert Chimehall.
Oh, Robert Chimehall.
We have not been informed of the latter, but of the former. And of the disappearance of Candace Dreen, we have been made quite aware.
Oh boy.
Heresy!
Well, actually, I don't believe that the Candace situation was related. I've actually had an encounter with the person I believe to be behind the disappearances.
Frank, make me an
What's it?
intellect check.
Oh boy.
All right.
You may add a boon.
Oh no!
Is that with a boon?
That
No.
was not even
No.
with a boon, but he can't get above 10 with that roll.
Oh, okay. All right. Everything's fine. Keep going.
Okay. Oh no!
Everything's just fine.
So sorry, are you saying you had an interaction with somebody who what?
The creature. Oh no! The creature after that was behind the disappearances, and I described how it looked.
But behind the disappearances of
What's the guy's name?
Gregory.
Gregory and Roberto? Oh, okay. Well, good clarification there.
Mm-hmm. We are so screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Questions were.
I'm just honestly picturing him getting dragged aside and like punched to death.
Just drags you out the middle of the street. This man kicks cats for fun.
No.
With Kai sitting on her shoulder.
Yes. Anyways,
Meow.
Meow.
Symptoms of a deeper disease. One that shall be purged soon in the divine flames of the new god. Your information or attempt at such is appreciated. Sleep soundly knowing that such a beast will not exist long within these walls.
Well, that is certainly pleasing to hear.
All right then, Mr. Edgelord.
Are we talking to Delilah?
Yeah. What can I say? I quote Shakespeare and direct music while I dance.
more like dun 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 dun. Anyways.
Yeah, Frank is just like, well, good day to you, sir, and he's kind of scared.
Please don't
scared.
kill me.
And the door just sort of closes.
He says, Kyle, let's get the heck out of here.
Get me out of here. No.
So we flee to meet up with the rest of the guys.
We flee.
For our lives.
Run away! Run away!
And so you are all now together. And reminder, Alistair's user. I do need that book.
Kingdom of God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Continue.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
But yeah, so Alistair flings out the maps onto the table. It's like, we've been productive. How goes your search?
We have been probably less productive.
Don't worry about it. I was told by a very scary man that the flames of the new god will erase all such creatures, and I intend to believe him.
I believe him wholeheartedly.
It was an interesting experience to watch
from your perspective.
Yes, because I got to sit on his shoulder, and the man was terrifying.
Okay. You didn't.
Was he really now?
You didn't tell him anything about us, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I do not need more terrifying people who are who are possibly of interest to us. We already have Dreen possibly interested in us, and it is the worst thing imaginable.
Well, it depends on how terrifying you're talking, because Penny is involved with us now.
Who's Penny?
The Thor
Some
lady.
lady.
No, you don't get. You don't just get to say some lady. Who's Penny? Did you involve someone else in our investigation?
Her brother went missing at Mercy Hill.
Oh, so you're thinking a meat shield. I mean...
No. That's not what we were thinking at all. Maybe a little bit.
See?
It's refreshing to at least hear them say that they're not thinking at all.
Is it? I just sort of assume that's how they are from day to day.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm leaving. Good luck.
Have fun on your own with the serial killer.
See.
I was gonna go look for the serial killer. I was just gonna go hide in the guild, find another person, pretend to be their house cat. I'll live the life. You guys have to stay human form.
Well.
Anyway, what are we doing?
Well, I suppose we ought to wait for today, but we probably... Is there anyone else we could actually involve in this so we don't die? As we saw, that creature is ingenious. We have these lists of areas where it could possibly be. I suggest we... Oh. We could pull a... Okay, I need your help. I need your help. We need to find a way that we can enter into Mercy Hill and get relatively free reign to explore. For that, we need an alibi. Right? Are we all... I could go and say I'm here to see my sister, but that wouldn't give me necessary free reign. And... We're going to need to probably go into area... Are any of the... actually, we don't even know, like, what's off limits or not yet. So we are going to need to check out anywhere that is possibly off limits, currently shut down renovations when we go to Mercy Hill on whatever sort of in-residence map, whatever they may have. They might have, like, a wing that's off. Is there anyone we know that we can call in to help with this, other than this Penny, who, I mean, all given, I mean, why shouldn't we give them the opportunity to go and find their brother and also make sure that we're not the only ones at risk of dying? Anyone? No? Any other suggestions?
No.
No one I can think of.
Allow me to deliberate upon this.
Oh.
I mean, you're not wrong. You know, I suppose we can, we'll sleep on this and we'll figure out anything. Oh, you know, we could always, say that, Frank, I'm going to need you to do a favor, and then I need you, well, actually, we'll find out, Miguel, if this would work. Frank's fairly in well with the Church of the New God. If we said we had a lead to the one who did Father Gregory such harm, do you think that we might be able to get like some sort of writ or notification from them to say that we're there to look at the premise and ensure that, you know, everything is up to standard for them, perhaps to see if they might qualify for a boon from the New God for their merciful treatment of people?
I mean, they're not doing that, so they would probably be like,
they're not,
could you please?
No, they're not doing that, but that also means they at least might give us some look at the premise, and they also may try and bribe us, which, to be fair, I mean, I'm very much okay with them mistakenly bribing us.
We're not against bribery.
We are not against bribery, since we are not doing well, and I will one day return this estate to its full glory. We need, obviously, a war chest to go and proceed in these endeavors, since we now also have a cult that wants us dead.
Listen, everything wants us dead. Welcome to Grievings.
Yeah.
We're not even in Grievings right now.
Yeah, but we're in Grievings emotionally, okay?
Maybe you just bring Grievings with you. I think this is what you poor people do.
Maybe you just bring absolute annoying just bothersome
Maybe you're just
voices.
a fuck.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, if that's the worst I have to worry about, I certainly feel my emotions just being absolutely wounded by that scathing diatribe on your part.
It's not.
Such wounding.
It's not Kai's fault that I'm exhausted.
Yes,
If I
well,
was-
Though, isn't it though?
I suppose we should leave off with, is there any other notes or plans that anyone has for our or approaches to how the hell we can get inside the place and get free reign to investigate. We could try and do the guard route, but if we do the guard route, it's going to be noticeable, and we will probably lose our chance at finding this thing again. If we're just a bunch of harmless...
I think my cat ran in there.
Frank is just worried about getting locked up in this place.
Can we look?
I don't think that one will work. They would probably send someone to find it. So yes, we'll try and see if we can swindle this to be an official party, semi-official. Right? Do you think that'll work, Miguel?
I don't fucking know anymore.
I don't know. We're going into... I thought this was your thing.
Things so overly complicated.
I'm a noble. What do you expect? We're all schemes, and I have only scheming to do because I don't have the luxuries that are due to me.
Due to you?
Due to you.
Are you not familiar with the concept of noblesse m'oblige? Thank you for the input, Delilah.
Stepping on the beach.
I am grateful that you have a room here, since it means I can tell you to go to your room. And I just point.
Go to your room. I'm already in my room.
I mean, I can say that anywhere in this house because they're all my rooms.
Man, we can burn them down again.
Do you enjoy poverty? Do you enjoy possibly being?
No, we enjoy making you impoverished.
Yes.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you have already managed to do so by breathing and taking some of my resources. So I mean, that's fair.
I think that's making you impoverished.
Impervious.
I think there's enough air to go around.
I don't know. I feel like I'm becoming spiritually impoverished by hanging around some of you.
You had a spiritual...
You had a spirit?
You had a spirit to begin with?
I can fix that for you.
Oh dear.
That just proves my point. I'm certainly intellectually starved while I'm here. No offense to you, Miguel and Frank.
Frank tries to interrupt this, clearing his throat.
Yeah, just like midway. I'm certainly intellectually starved here. Fuck you too!
Frank's sitting there. Yes, I'm the intellect too. What?
Yeah. No offense to you two. I can at least get a conversation out of you. If I could hear you two over the dull roar of, well, dullness. I'm calling you two idiots.
Yes, we understand insults. Thank you.
You're not subtle!
I'm not idiot, I am tree.
Do you see what I have to work with, Miguel?
You act like I haven't been here the entire time.
I mean, considering your peace of mind, I have to wonder sometimes.
My peace of mind?
You certainly seem to be taking this in much better stride than I.
Yeah, because he's faced difficulties in his life before.
Guys, please, I hate to see my friends argue like this. Can we get back to the matter at hand? I will try to request such a document from the church. But...
I guess time for us to eat another miserable, meager supper and plan for tomorrow and hope we don't all wake up with our throats slit.
That sounds like a good plan.
And I guess we can check by in the inn to see if it's caught fire, too. Because, I mean, I'm just waiting for that, to be fair, because I do not trust Friend further than I can throw him.
Can you throw anyone?
Which reminds me.
Turn into a cat, why don't you? We'll see.
But then I'm not human. It's not fair.
Can everyone roll me a luck check, please? Just base D20. Because you are going to sleep now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Also,
nice
let's lock doors and windows, by the way.
You act like that will save you. Ha ha ha!
Well, I mean, See, if you have a wardrobe and you put it in front of a window, it'll be fine. You put the wardrobe in front of the window, you put the dresser or a chair in front of the door.
And so, Kai,
Yes.
are you sleeping in human or cat form?
Cat form.
Okay, cool. Good.
Okay.
So,
Smaller target.
yeah.
You just hear hissing and rasping in your room at night, and you're like, I'm going to shit the bed. I was joking.
Hey, I didn't make that noise. That wasn't me.
Oh, thank God.
You're welcome. That was me.
But, Kai, do me a favor?
Yes.
Where are you? There.
Cry.
Cry!
I can do that almost on command.
I'll bet you can. I'll bet you can. Make me a strength check.
A strength check?
Meow.
Do I get any sort of Can I use trickery?
Oh, hell no. You're asleep.
Dang it. I tried.
You did.
You tried
15.
and you failed.
Okay, good.
Oh, no, they tried and succeeded, apparently. Just without trickery.
So you wake up in a very sharp bit of pain, as part of your ear is now missing,
What?
and there's a large rat with its hand on, like, claw on your head, just kind of chewing and like just biting into your ear.
Okay, can I whack at it?
Yeah. You take 2 points of damage, and yeah, you are like instantly awake.
Yeah, I'm gonna bat at it, claw at it, murder it.
Ow, you bastard! Get off my
Okay, so
ear!
you quickly hop up. Now, like, it has no idea you're alive, apparently. So you claw it and it squeaks. It's got a big gash in its side. It kind of wriggles to the side and starts scurrying the other way as quick as it can.
You're a cat, eat him back.
Yeah, you are bigger than this rat.
What?
It's not a rodent of unusual size. Kill it.
Kill it.
and
I'm
eat
gonna
it.
murder it. That's the job.
You might regrow your ear if you eat him.
Oh, wait, also, it is a tiny creature. You might be able to use trickery to kill this thing, at least with your claws.
Yeah, you can use trickery right now to attack it if you want.
Yeet!
Though I'm not going to let your claws do extra trickery damage because I already mentioned why
Oh,
this is
wait.
not happening.
Yeah.
What about towards rats, though? Because they're smaller than it.
And special cat bonus, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it's like
See,
literally what
We can go through all this, or we can do what I was going to say, and you kill it because it's a rat and you're a cat, which is kind of where I was going with this.
Yeah. You're not gonna get your trickery bonus because you can just fucking kill it. It's a
It's not,
fucking rat.
it's not a large rat. It's just a large rat, if you know what I mean.
It's
I
just
mean-
a rat. It's a rat.
The mental image of them just vaporizing the rat was sort of funny, though.
My
Neil, where the fuck?
Yeah, it's just like she goes to strike it. Omae wa yoshineru. Nani?
He.
Nanny.
Anyways, so yeah, you just murder the fucking thing. That, however, doesn't help with the fact that you are missing, like, a chunk of your ear.
Unfortunate. I don't know how I'd get an ear back.
It's fine. It's nothing that you need to hear.
Okay.
Chunk of your ear.
Well, I'm gonna go to Delilah's room and sleep on their bed.
Alrighty.
On the corner of their bed.
Just doing the thing that cats do of, like, stress purring.
Yeah.
Just that up
Doesn't
on
that
there.
like help them heal or whatever?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
actually
but-
does. The frequency helps healing.
Jump onto Delilah's bed. Like,
Love me.
love me, I'm angry.
I love cats.
Love me.
Any case, over.
I need to be pet. I've been attacked.
I'm feeling petty. I need the petty. Anyway, so after that little bit of fun, you all gather together the next morning. And Kai, yes, you are still missing a chunk of your ear.
Even in human form.
Yeah.
Sad.
This is what you get
Get
Wait.
for what?
for
What
being a cat.
Did you actually end up healing no damage when you rested?
How,
The
yeah.
damage happened while she was resting, so
He.
Well, he...
he damn it. Oh, there's one.
You did that twice, actually. I don't think you heard me this time.
No, possibly not. So yeah, well, I'll count that as 2. I mean, we have 42 minutes till the end of the session, so I think I'm going to win, but regardless. But hey, it's helping me learn, and that's what the whole point is. So. Anyways. So yes, he is missing a part of his ear.
Yeah, okay. So, with all that said and done, let Frank go hit up your church, see if we can get a writ. Then we're gonna pick up Penny, and then we're gonna go visit Mercy Hill and see if we can wreck this guy's face and ruin his day. But yeah, any yays or nays?
Yay for me.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
Turns into a horse, neighs at you.
Okay.
Whisper?
Okay, so now that Lovi's doing horse things, we kill it. We kill it.
You
kill
try,
it.
you fail.
Okay, anyways, so off we go to the church.
The only one holy enough would be Frank after he got stabbed 6 times. Alright, so you head off to the church. Frank heads inside. Father Morgan is there.
Yes. Oh, good to see you, Frank.
It's good to see you, Father Morgan. I've come to request your help again.
What is it? What is it?
We were investigating the disappearance of Father Gregory, and
Oh, goodness.
well, we believe it to be involved with the what's the name of the place again?
Mercy Hill.
Mercy Hill?
Mercy Hill, yeah.
Mercy Hill.
Mercy Hill. We were wondering if you could give us some kind of document that might help in giving us permission to investigate the area, or the building at least. They might be more convinced that if the church is looking into things rather than just old Frank.
He just looks very confused.
I don't understand. What are you asking me? The church isn't looking into anything to do with Mercy Hill.
Oh, but they are looking into what happened to Father Gregory, are they not?
Yes, we would like to know, of course. But what does that have to do with Mercy Hill?
I've really onto him our clues that led us to believe that is where it's happening.
So, you believe that the one who harmed Father Gregory is staying in the asylum, and the asylum is, just going along with it?
They may not know that he's there, but that's what I intend to find out. If they might not, if
They might just be covering up the disappearances.
yeah, they may just be covering up the disappearances rather than actually going along with the creature.
Well, I'm not certain what I can do about that. Even if I gave you a writ that said that the church would like to investigate, I have no power. Not to officially investigate anything. I'm not an inquisitor.
Oh, when he says Inquisitor, Frank backs up a little bit. Oh, not! I don't need help from the Inquisitors. Not again.
Yes, I fear we'll be getting that, whether we like it or not, all too soon.
Yes, indeed so. But I don't need you to pretend to have more power than you have. If they don't accept your writ, then very well. But it will be better than me going empty-handed.
I'll do what I can. I just don't see how this will help. But if you think this will do something, then I have faith in you, and we have faith in the Astrid and the new god together.
Yes.
So he writes out a quick little note, basically saying the Church of the New God within the city of Crossings, basically would like to investigate the possible, the possible appearance of a terrible creature within the confines of Mercy Hill.
Awesome. And
We
Frank
can
takes
run
the
with this.
writ and goes back to the rest of the guys.
I got it, guys!
So it's like, at first looking at it being like, not quite what we at. Oh, I think this works. You know why? Because we can take this writ, ask them to investigate, and if they decline, we say we're passing this writ off to the Inquisitors. I'm pretty
Nobody wants to deal with those fuckers.
So, I'm pretty sure they'll probably let us in instead of wanting to deal with the Inquisitors. Does that sound about right?
I don't think anybody wants to deal with the Inquisitors.
So, yeah, let's go fetch Penny and then go and... metaphorically kick down these people's doors. Let's not literally do it. We do not literally kick down their doors. I'm looking at you, Delilah. Do not kick down their doors. The burliest one who could.
Do not literally kick down the doors, please.
Look, I'm not Mode.
Mode.
Mode
on,
plays.
Oh,
Mode
we
plays.
should probably pick up the dwarf lady.
Penny.
Yeah, Penny.
She's not a dwarf, she's just a small human.
Literally
Retribution.
picks her up.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, maybe we should...
Why we talked about this?
Okay, so you head up to Mercy Hill, and you open up the doors. Now, this is not a very cheery place, as you might expect. It's a forsaken mansion on top of a hill turned into a place to house crazy people with such brutal and medieval tactics that a lot of them never leave. So it's not exactly smiles and sunshine. However,
Are you
move
sure?
up to... Yeah, pretty sure.
I mean,
So-
but wait, I'd like to correct you, but Delilah's a sadist. I'm pretty sure Smiles and Sunshine's for him to witness other people here.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, Delilah may be smiles and sunshine, but I said it's not all smiles and sunshine. Which would imply, at least in general, an aura of smiles and sunshine. Delilah, on the other hand, may or may not just be walking up going, things that bother you never bother me. I feel happy.
Happy and fun. Ha
ha!
Because she's living in the sunlight. Loving in the moonlight.
Light. Having a wonderful time. Anyways. Okay, so... Yeah. So you head on in, and at the front desk, which is a large oak desk, that's very dark, very varnished, very professional looking, with a name tag out front that just says Mr. J. No, not that Mr. J. Anyways, now, sitting behind the desk is a pallid man with black hair that's just slicked back to the top of his head. It looks like it was literally styled by him sticking his fingers in grease and just running it backwards through his hair, which may in fact be true. That said, the pair of spectacles he's wearing looks more like a pair of monocles, just kind of stuck together, but regardless, they're a bit goofy looking. Regardless, he doesn't seem like he's in on the joke, as he peers at a lot of you coming in and adjusts said double monocles. Yes.
Okay, who's taking points on bullshit here?
Not me.
Okay, he looks at you and says, taking point on what? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I can read your meta thoughts, motherfucker.
I punched him in the dick with Death Touch.
Damn it, my dick.
Oh god, my dick.
Okay. Pardon me, good sir. We are here as part of an initiative by the Church of the New God. There were some rather distressing reports made, to which this writ was put out, if you'd like to observe it. And I just sort of stick that forward. While he's doing that, I, glance over towards, Miguel, and I'm like, please compare your notes, and I pass the thing of the map to, what theirs would say, including anything that may be, currently under renovation, that may be important to the news. If they have, a map posted of, the building.
Not where you can see it.
Okay, because that's sometimes like in the front desk, but it's
Oh,
usually
yeah,
not
like,
like.
in a modern place, definitely. Not right here, no.
Okay, good. Well, whatever. I still give him the map and act all official for a second. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah,
So
blah,
he
blah.
looks at the radios. And by what authority is this, Father Morgan?
Yes, we're here
And-
as a preliminary.
And and he folds it over and kind of sets it down in front of himself. And names, all of you.
I am Alistair. You know what? I have a question. Before I give my name, considering we were essentially sort of air quote heroes, etc., yada, it would at least be well known that we had an involvement with the investigation of the creature last time, right?
Yeah, your names went around a bit, hence why Miguel was probably smart to kind of go along with the guard and be like, yeah, I'm just going to kind of spy for you, so his name didn't spread too far, because he is trying to keep a low profile. Kai and Delilah, a little less of the public knowledge, it's known that there was
I
people like that
probably gave
involved.
them a fake name.
Yeah,
honestly.
and like ducked away to do other things, because I highly doubt Kai, the cat person, or Delilah, the devil worshiper, were like, yeah, let's just get lots of public attention.
But it would make
Let's just get a bunch of press going, guys.
it would make sense to give my name then as a continuation of the original investigation with the one who assaulted Father Gregory, etc. Correct?
Most likely, yes.
Yeah, and it's Father Gregory. I'm sorry. Alistair Berry, you may be familiar with my work on the investigation to find Father Gregory.
Father Gregory, yes, he is presently here. I believe he is on floor 2. Is that who you're looking for? Or are you looking for... And he lifts it up and kind of just flops it back again. Some fictional monster that this is the first I've heard.
Oh,
Apparently you're getting writs based on hearsay rumors and allegations from nowhere.
well, they defined it as a monster. We did come across the culprit who maimed Father Gregory, and we actually have reason to believe that he may be stalking his, still living victim.
Didn't that creature drop me? Do I have any scars I can show them? He's real.
Wait, did he drop you? I don't recall. Did
No,
he?
that was the
Yeah.
ghoul.
That was the ghoul. That was the ghoul.
Although, actually, you could show him, I was mauled, and it was that guy. Because there's just,
You could just show him the scars. It's unlikely he's going to be like, well, actually, I happen to know that comes from a beholder. It's a...
And then I kill him.
Monster and the monster died.
I know that comes from Beholder. Okay, cultist dead.
Yeah.
I guess.
Actually,
yeah, you could,
that is not that thing.
you could
That
just
is
show him your-
cool. That is cool.
You could just show him your ghoul scars if you want.
Okay, then I say, excuse me. I'm Frank Diaz, acolyte of the New God and famous writer.
And he was also part of
Yes.
that.
I know
The
you.
creature is indeed real, and he raises his shirt, I guess, and shows him the scars. It did this to me.
I'm still of the inclination that it might just be a subhuman mutation caused by a lot of cannibalism and incest, but
I see. All right, well, I at least know of you. Alistair Berry, it rings a bell here. I think you had a name here at one point.
also we just figured it would be a lot
Wait.
more preferable to deal with us than the Inquisition, since they have a much a less light touch than someone like us.
He is the Inquisition, is it?
Well, bear in mind there was word of a monster, so it's very likely that if we're not able to locate anything, they might come to investigate a bit more thoroughly. So we're
Very
here.
likely.
So we're here to put their minds at ease beforehand, especially because that would be distressing to Father Gregory.
Yes, well, I suppose it
Also,
would be.
my sister, considering she's also a resident of your place.
Yes, as I said, I'm rather certain that several of you have been here before. Your family has a history here.
Just pursed lips, very neutral. So yes, if you'd please, we'd like to get this over with as soon as possible.
I've had 2 names. You. He points at the other 3, Miguel, Kai, and Delilah. Names. And he kind of pulls out this ledger and he sketches down Alistair Very, Franklin Diaz. Yes, Franklin, not Frank.
Franklin.
First he looks at is Tulio. / Miguel.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't remember which name I actually gave.
Your name is actually Miguel.
No, I know that, but like which name I gave to the press.
Oh,
I
probably
think it
Tulio.
was- I think it was Tulio, yeah. So, yeah, I tell him Tulio. Tulio the Magnificent.
Tulio, quote unquote, magnificent. You, points at Kai. Or is Kai in cat form?
I can't believe Vic died.
I can.
Listen. I forgot
Finally pulled that one off on Vic.
Down.
I have been
you
waiting so
jumped
long.
at that chance.
Yes, I did.
So, anyway, so he's pointing at Vic.
Tack Minnow.
Oh my god.
Writes it down. And you, and he points at Delilah.
Delilah Ager.
Delilah, Ager. Delilah, I don't give a fuck, Ager.
Much like Mode, I'm walking into my city that hates my family phrase.
I didn't know they hated my family until I signed that sheet. But oh man, did I find out they hated my family.
So he stands up. He stands up. Come with me.
So yeah, follow
Guess we're
along.
following.
As we're going, I'm just like, is
We
there
end
any?
up getting abducted by the staff here because we're crying too much.
It's like that would happen. But yeah, is there any sections of Mercy Hill that are currently under renovation? We just need to know for our notes.
Renovation. Well, there is the head chairman's office. If you would like to go up there and tell him that you think there's a monster in his office. Is
I know,
that
we're
what
just
you'd like to do?
I mean, I would probably put it as murderous, incestuous cannibal, but
He's just gonna look at his face like, really?
Is that what you're saying?
Do you really want to go tell the?
But no, I would rather not deal with that until every other option has been exhausted first and foremost. We just need to go and make notices of things that are currently under renovation or off limits.
Also, how
His
dare
office
you
is
put
all.
how dare you put the words cannibalism to that thing? I doubt it would have such good taste as that.
Delilah.
I mean,
Right now.
He just kind of looks at her like, oh boy.
this is what we get for getting an
Well,
cult expert.
Yeah. Well, first there would be the head chairmaster's office. So that's always off limits unless you are invited by the head chairmaster himself. There's an area in the north wing currently being worked on the second floor, and aside from that, everywhere else is as open as it ever is.
Are there any communal areas here, or are they mostly kept confined to their rooms?
There is a communal area in the center of each floor.
Okay. What floor was, God damn it. We brought Penny with us, right?
Yeah, she is just looking like she doesn't want to be here, and like she also wants to cut this guy's eyes out with her knife.
Hey,
Because this is probably who she talked to, and he was like, I don't know who your brother is.
okay, well, we heard and are under rather good information that there was a Roberto Chime Hall here, at least at some point. And I was wondering what floor he would have been on before he was
Roberto
discharged.
Chime Hall. I'd have to look through our records to see if that name exists, but I recall looking through recently and finding nothing.
Where is the record room? I mean, at the very least, even if we can't search for it, I will have
That's
to look for it.
always off limits to visitors.
Okay, so where would we not go? I need to know, because we are going to be going over this location. And it's also noting, like, On the
You'll
little...
be going over location with a guide, sir. Don't worry, you won't be going anywhere. We're not watching you.
That's terrifying.
Oh, don't worry about it then. Anyways, we're obviously we are going to be passing on our notes to the church and the Inquisition based on our findings. So again, we're just trying to make sure things are prudent for, passing of the records, and because they themselves may requisition access to your records.
Of course. Well, if the Inquisition wants to come to our little hole in the wall and requisition our records, they're free to do so.
Inwardly, fucking... Inwardly, he is just seething right now and, want to lose my temper. Want to put this bitch in his place.
is an asshole.
In any case, I suppose you'd like to start by looking for clues, or would you like to start by speaking with Father Gregory? Just so you know, he's lost his tongue and most of his jaw, so that may be impossible, but if you'd like to try, who am I to stop you?
Can any of us even magically Wait a second. I think I think Delilah can magically heal at the moment, but it causes corruption on the person they do it. But I'm not sure if it's at this level or next.
Not to mention, frankly, you can't really regrow lost body parts that easily. Not to mention, it's also been a while, so he's long since lost it. If you're mostly losing your arm and someone heals you at the last second while you're still in the fight,
I was just thinking if they could recover their tongue at all, but no, probably not. Sorry, that'd just be funny though. I'm yeah, you can heal Father Gregory.
You walk in. I'm better, and I also want souls.
See, he's fine. He's talking about his hunger now.
I hunger for the blood of the innocent. And I want to listen to black metal because apparently that's satanic somehow.
I command you in the name of Lucifer to spill the blood of the innocent.
He's
and
fine.
Play sick
wow,
guitar
Chicago
riffs.
Kicks ass.
And play sick guitar riffs.
Anyways, so would you like to attempt to speak with Father Gregory, or would you like to search one of the off-limits areas?
I suppose we'll be searching the off-limits areas.
Alright, to the north wing we go. He sounds so enthused. By the way, he just left the front desk unattended. He didn't seem to care that much.
He could.
Also, is there a bathroom? I figure I ought to know.
In the cells, yes.
What about one for staff?
Yes.
If by some chance we are to use one, because our companion here, Tack, they have a weak bladder. I stare at Tack and make eye contact,
Then why in the hell did they come into an asylum? This is not exactly a place for the weak-livered.
I didn't say weak-liver. They just have a very
or bladdered.
They just have. I don't know. It's hereditary. I don't know, but it's a thing. Hereditary. They will need to obviously have directions there. So, I mean, it would be good to have directions so they can go there whenever they need.
That was a lot of words of directions.
It is a record amount of directions. Staring at them.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find one of the staff to take her to the party.
Damn
it! All right, there's 3. Let's take him to the party if need be.
Is that all right with you, Tack?
Yes, that's fine.
Good. Just let us know. It would be terrible to be immersed halfway through, rummaging through rubble of a off-limit wing that's in dire need of reparations or something, and you suddenly needing to leave at the worst moment. So if you need to go sooner than later is probably preferred.
So you're all guided off to the north wing, as that's where this guy said the issue was, or at least the broken down region. So
wait, Delilah transforms into a tree, Kai transforms into a cat, pees on tree.
That doesn't.
Well, now that all the Pison trees are all out of the way.
God damn it.
Anyways, so you led off to the section of the North Wing, and you can see that not really sure what happened, but there's like cracks in the walls, not huge ones, but small cracks in the walls. It looks like one of the doors has been like recently installed or reinstalled, maybe. Looks like something very heavy was smashed around here, perhaps. Whatever it was, it clearly caused a little bit of structural damage, and they're now repairing it. That said, the guy walks up and he pulls out a key ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. He unlocks this door, or he tries, and he gets halfway through and it fails. I can never remember if it's 9 or 11. 11. Clunk! He unlocks the door and he drops the keyring back in his pocket. You'll have to excuse the smell. There was a bit of a scuffle between a few of the residents. Some blood was spilled.
Everything is totally normal. I didn't say that icily, by the way, as tempting as it is.
Including one of the doctors, which meant we had to call security, and then more blood was spilled.
Yeah, this is the best place.
The best. Nothing
Okay.
wrong with it at all.
So, game plan here, I guess. So are you coming to guide us into the section, or are you simply going to be standing at the outskirts?
Ow. He just kind of lifts up a hand. I'll wait out here. I'm not going in there. Your friend may have a weak spine and bladder and what have you, but I am not one with a stomach for the smell of rot and blood. It makes my stomach curdle, and then I'm going to throw.
Okay, quick question, by the way. Penny, as a note. So wait, which floor are we on first? This is like the first, the second.
First floor.
Okay, which floor was your sibling on?
I don't know, because they never let me in to go see him. They just tortured him out to see me. Oh, wait. Maybe I just fucking imagined all that, because apparently he was never here in the fucking first place.
And the guy's just like, calm down before I call security, man. He's,
Don't you tell me to calm down, you fucking...
she's probably going to hit him.
Is there any witnesses?
There are all of you, and there may be, you're not sure.
I quickly glance around to see if there's any witnesses other than us, because I don't give a fuck.
I just don't give a
Frank.
fuck.
No? I'll put it this way. You don't see any, but you did hear the guy say, call security.
Frank says, excuse me, Penny, we are making progress. Let's not be too hasty.
Yes, we're making progress. This fine man, he's trying so hard, and as I like step forward, I'm like passing Delilah, I'm like, please cover this guy's mouth for a second. Just such a fine guy. Did you catch that, Lovi? Lovi. Delilah.
No.
Okay. Basically, as like Alistair's walking over to this guy, like doing a fine job, he quietly whispered like towards you as he passed, like, please cover this guy's mouth. And apparently he did a grade A job of whispering because you didn't hear me. But yeah, he's going over to this guy, and he goes to the side opposite of the side that Delilah's on to like pat him on the shoulder and be like, I understand that this is probably a nuisance to you for just the minutia and whatever paperwork that's going to result of this, so I appreciate you taking the time to go.
Yes, it's very obnoxious. He just lifts a hand. I'm glad you understand now. Are you going to go or what?
God damn it, did Delilah do anything?
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay, do what?
Cover his mouth like he said.
Okay. So he's like, "Are you gonna go or what?" And just kind of shrugs, leans over, and puts a hand on his mouth. He's,
Hey, Penny. He has a very punchable face, doesn't he?
all right. Penny doesn't punch his face.
Does she nut kick him?
I'm waiting for the stab in the eye, is what I'm waiting for.
Oh god.
Okay, so he's, and she just kind of winds up and she uppercuts him in the balls.
Oh.
He just goes, and sort of slumps down onto the ground, holding himself in the soft area and trying to cough up enough air that he can breathe again. And then Penny just sort of is, "Get fucked," and just like smacks him in the face a few times
I
to make
borrow
sure
the
he's very
keys.
unconscious.
I borrow the keys.
All right.
Okay, second thing. He unlocked the door.
Guys.
Very necessary.
Highly
Also,
unnecessary.
we take his body into the little area that's off limits and put it directly behind the wall. And now we're going to step inside, and Miguel, you might want to change into his clothes. You do a pretty good job, or Tulio, you do a good job of blending in with people.
Sure.
Oh, Seeley, I mean, you have one of those faces. I'm pretty sure you could probably surreptitiously pass as, like, staff escorting us. So the question is, do we explore this place now, or do we go try and find the record room? Because on the schematics, we'll probably actually have a pretty good idea of where the record room is, since we have the updated version too.
Yeah.
Archives are rather notable for the amount of space they take typically.
So yeah, after we knock the some bitch out, I will actually like take some of his clothes to actually,
Strip him and wear his stuff.
yeah.
All right. So you're not wearing this guy's clothes.
And I will try my damnedest to actually make that fucking
Accent your own.
ass accent.
Kind of sounds like Squidward.
That's what I've been doing this entire time.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so this guy is unconscious and in this room and bleeding and also has very, very sore balls. So,
Tying him up. I'm
I mean,
assuming.
actually, wait a second. Is there like an empty cell nearby?
you can check.
I check. We have keys.
There's a few empty cells.
Yeah, you know what? We'll stick him in one of the cells. You know why? Because anyone on the inside of the cell will get automatically disregarded. And it's safer, and he'll be in a locked room, so we don't have to worry about him possibly being eaten by, like, whatever, or organ harvested, I guess, or whatever.
You put him inside the cell, and there's just like the fucking dragon on the roof.
Okay, well, in that case, he was going to die anyways. I'm good.
Oh, there was a dragon in there, so yes.
Yeah, and then we
takes
lock
you-
the door.
Let's see. It takes you 1 minute to find the keys. You're good.
Oh, good. I look at that key, by the way, specifically, so I can look at the sort of key and see if that's, like, the same for other cells, just in case that is, like, the cell key.
Are you then going to other cells and try like?
I
they
do
don't
it
exactly
to
have the
do
most-
one.
They don't exactly have the most refined looking locks, but
That's why I try on one other door, because if it's a, like, catch-all key for cells...
the cell you do try it on that's like very close to this one, it does work, yes.
Okay, so keep this in mind. This might be either the cell for cells in general or cells this floor. And I look at the cell that he used for, like, the door for the down room and keep that one in mind. So we at least have 2 keys identified.
Yeah, key 11 opens up the off limits room you were trying to go to, and then it's key 3 to open these cells.
There we go. And there's how many keys? 12?
There are 12.
Okay. Well, we figured out 2 out of 12 keys. How big is the off-limits room, just as an aside?
The off-limits room actually isn't just a single cell. It actually loops around and goes down a set of stairs.
Okay, that seems like basements. Let's lock this door again for a second. Just lock in this door just in case. Don't want... You know, if something's in there and we hear a door explode, we know it was in this room. Does the door unlock or lock from the inside or no? Or is it just with the keys?
Just from the outside.
Okay, good, yeah. We lock it back, and then I'm going to give the keys to Tulio because he's our designated guard. Staff member.
I think he said just from the outside, didn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, just in case... So since it only unlocks from the outside, that means we need to lock the door again, because we're not going inside the north room right now. We're looking for the records. We have someone who is staff. We can go and confirm which floor Penny's brother was on, because we can search up his records. And we can also see if they have, like, a bunch of records in the trash or whatever, just in case they're also getting rid of records. Because, you know,
enough.
Yeah. Basically, we're doing our homework first, just in case.
Alright, let's get those records.
Yep. And we can find where the records are, probably. I was originally, like, just gonna be like, okay, Kai, distraction time, you go to the bathroom and find the record room, because we have map and relative idea, but this turned out a lot better.
I wouldn't say that. Now there's, like, this guy that could inform the guards that we're crazy people.
Somebody mugged me!
Guards, somebody mugged me! I don't belong in this cell! I wonder how many times they hear that all the time.
I mean, other people who work there might recognize him, I don't know.
It's like a welcome to Corneria thing. You walk down the hall talking to everybody, it's just like, I was mugged and put in the cell! I was drugged and put in the cell! I was thrown in the cell by zombie aliens! I was thrown in the cell by the Demon Lord!
Yeah, sure you were.
Yeah, that person. Then you realize that you didn't actually hear words. They're just this shapeless thing that's like absorbing light from within the cell. There's a black hole far off, and you can hear your own death cry from the future ring back into your ears. You're like, you know, that guy might have been accurate. Nah, he's probably just nuts. Anyways.
Yeah, you know, it's fine. Anyways, so yeah, off to go do our homework, I guess.
And
we can
given it is about 10, I believe this is our limit.
In which case, so do we want to just, like, quickly... Okay, I would like to know, before we wrap up and you do the outro, do we find the record room? Since we have the map, effectively.
Are you just asking if you find the record room?
Yes!
Have you heard of cliffhangers?
I mean, you can totally cliffhang by. You enter into the archives and the lights go out. And then we're like, oh, that's even more balls. I was joking.
But what I was instead going to say was, you do find the archives.
Is it on fire?
Turns out it's just Delilah using her darkness skill to, like,
fuck with people.
All of you.
He's like, ha ha ha! Fuck you guys! Alright, so you do find the archives. They're on the second floor. They're right above the desk that the guy here was sitting at.
Okay. So, I mean, that's good. I guess use the key to enter the record room.
That would be key 5 to open the record room.
I'm just writing all these down. Because, I mean, in case we're in a rush, I just wish I could pin these.
So, yeah, that would be helpful. So, you open up the record room, and you head on in. And there's a rather tall lady in there who turns around and just looks at you. It's... Who are you?
Now we can cliffhanger. Now we can cliffhanger.
Well, a cliffhanger ending. Who could have seen that coming? Well, they're doing well so far, don't you think? No one's been stabbed yet, or had their organs pulled out their asses, or had their ear bit... Oh, wait. Oh, well, close enough. They're getting somewhere at least. Perhaps they're getting closer to their prey's trail. Or perhaps their prey is getting closer to theirs. I suppose we'll find out which next time. But for now, lower the curtain.
Anyways, that was this episode of Windmill's Wake. For those who are not in the know, I'm Arlyeon / Alistair's player, and not actually as shitty as my character somehow.
Yes, you are.
Wow.
Yes, you are.
Anyways, I'd like to take this moment to thank our various players. First off, Virus, who has an awesomely fun Twitch channel. He does like some just varied gaming, as well as there's also tabletop stuff in D&D. There is CJ, who does our editing for the audio from some of these files, and also does some little odds and ends of doodles on some of the later ones, so thank you for that.
I also have a YouTube channel where I do art things.
Also, thanks for Shrimp, who does the editing on all the game shit and puts up with my bullshit from day to day. Thank you, Shrimp / Frank.
No problem.
Just so, like, dead. Just, like, I'm just dead inside. Whatever. I deal with you all the time, Arlyeon. Go die. Thanks for Sasha being our illustrious DM / Doommonger? Doommonger.
I like matron the DM. Or demon or whatever it is.
Yeah, Maitre Demon. Because I thought it was clever.
It was.
It is clever. And also, last but not least, thank you to Lovi / Kakalukia, who's playing Delilah Eggers in this and is actually the most morally reprehensible character, despite having done the least morally reprehensible stuff on screen as of currently. For those folks who have enjoyed this, feel free to hit the subscribe button, because we're going to be doing plenty more of these episodes, as well as indie game reviews and interviews with the developers. Other than that, just feel free to share what your thoughts were on this episode, things we could do to improve or just make it more entertaining. Also, there is hopefully going to be more campaigns after this, both in the streamy sense down the line, I hope so much, and then like eventually uploaded to the YouTube. Other than that, we'll catch you folks next time. See ya.
Join the cult, join the Discord.
Let me share with you some of the last 20 years.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Anywho,